What's up everyone, it's Myra coming back at you with another video. To make this video short and sweet, I already prepped and primed my face and did my eyebrows off camera. Jumping into foundation, I'm going to be using my Milani 2-in-1 foundation in the colors 6 and 7, mixing it on the back of my hand. I'm going to dab a little bit on my face and then blend it out with this blending sponge by Therapeutics. You want to avoid putting foundation directly on your nose and T-zone area because to me that's the spot where it shows up the most and it's really hard to kind of like blend it out without getting it into the creases so much. So what we're going to be doing is just using the excess from the beauty sponge after we blend out our foundation on the rest of the face and down the neck. And that's what we're going to be using to cover up any blemishes and stuff too. I know this color looks so dark on me, but I have to match my neck to my foundation, not my face, because my face is way lighter than my whole body, so. You want to use really, really light motions too. I know it looks like I'm tapping really hard, but I'm really not. Once you're done evenly distributing the foundation on your face, you're going to take a clean part of the beauty sponge and start picking up whatever excess foundation was left over on the skin. This is going to ensure a smooth and flawless finish, and you also want to make sure that you use a good primer, because if you don't use a good primer, the foundation is most likely going to lift up off the skin. And then you basically ruined all the hard work that you did, so you don't want to do that either. Jumping into contour, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild dual-ended contouring stick. Just taking the darkest side, I'm going to be kind of curving the lines under my cheeks to define it a little bit better. And then putting some contour on my forehead. I just ignore the way that I put it on there because it's like completely like, what is that? What am I doing right there? Anyway, taking the side of the beauty sponge, I'm just going to be lightly tapping it. Again, you want to lightly tap it, and whenever you lightly tap it, it kind of takes a little bit longer, but this is why you want to take a little bit longer on your makeup, you know, to make it look flawless and, you know, not cakey, and you don't want to lift it up. So to set everything in place, I'm going to be using my Airspun powder in the color Translucent, you already know. Then with this, I don't really know what to call it, it's like a flat top kabuki dual-ended brush, I don't know. I'm just going to be picking up a little bit at a time and blending it out very lightly. Again, I'm trying not to make this video so monotone. My friend Oscar's going to kill me, so. Jumping into concealer, what we're going to be using today is Meow Cosmetics Undereye Concealer. This is just a sample package. I still haven't bought the actual concealer yet, but trust me, this works so amazing, especially if you have like little wrinkles under the eye. It doesn't show up so much as like liquid concealer would. Now to set my contour, I'm going to be dipping my brush into the two darkest shades of this e.l.f. contour palette. I forgot to mention I'm going to be using a synthetic brush to blend this out as well. I'm also just blending a little bit on my nose to start off the nose contour for later on. Now I'm going to be taking my Lorac Tantalizer bronzer and highlight duo. Just to warm up the face a little bit, I'm going to put it where I kind of like contoured. I put a little bit too much on as well, so I'm just going to be blending that out with the beauty sponge. I am not gonna fast forward through my nose contour because I really kind of like wanted to show you guys what I do for my nose type. A lot of people just use like the 2 lines down the bridge of the nose, like all the way down to the tip, and that just does not work for me. You can completely tell because my nose is a little bit more rounder on the end. It's like, just who are you trying to fool, you know? You can just tell in every angle, not just like the front, you know? So I kind of like square out the tip. I know I'm kind of horrible at explaining things, but I mean, that's why I zoomed you guys in, and to show you guys in more detail, like what I do. So I'm just using like a tapered eyeshadow brush to, I know it looks kind of harsh now, but then I just take the same powder brush that we use to powder our face and just kind of go over it. Next, I just took a flat end brush and dipped it into the lightest shade of the e.l.f. Contour palette and put that down the bridge of my nose. Using my Carly by Belle palette, I'm going to be taking the, I should have taken the 2 lightest shades, but I accidentally dipped it in the gold, and that was, I mean, it wasn't a bad idea, but you can kind of like see it more when you turn. So I just blended it out, and then I ended up putting the lightest shade on top of that. Also put a little bit of highlight on my Cupid's bow. Then taking the other side of that dual-ended brush, I'm going to be taking the 2 lightest shade and dipping it in a little bit of the gold too. I'm just highlighting the highest point of my cheeks and then a little bit on like my brow bone, kind of connecting it almost like a bigger outer V, other than just like your eye. I don't really know how to explain stuff well, if you can't tell already. I was supposed to do blush before this, but you know, I got caught up in the highlight moment, I guess. So now I'm just going to be taking my Milani Luminoso Baked Blush and taking a blush brush, almost messed that up. I'm just going to be blending it out onto my cheekbones. And right here, okay, watch. Notice how I'm going really, really light on the skin. I'm not like tugging and pulling, okay? Finally, to finish off this look, I'm just going to be applying a light lip gloss. This one is by Pixie. All the names and descriptions of all the products that I use are going to be listed down below, so don't worry about that. I just don't happen to know the actual shade of this lip gloss. That concludes today's tutorial, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to comment down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon.